Hey everyone, it's Rob from AquaBLAST Fit, and I got the 20L here. This is my samples that are coming in from the factory. We should be getting the 20Ls in at around June 20th. They'll be at my Washington State warehouse, and we'll be shipping them out from there. Now, when you first get the bag, let me show you what's inside the bag when you get it. Okay, you got the basic carry case, which has the side pocket on the back. Let me show you what's inside now. Okay, so to see what's inside the AquaBLAST, I'm going to open it up here and I'll show you the main components. So there's the AquaBLAST harness system, which I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. There's a small pump that comes with the bag. In the bottom of the bag, you're going to find this. This is a closed cell foam. This is the foam that keeps it floating. There'll be a label on this. It'll say, please insert this so this allows AquaBLAST to float in water. Okay? And then you've got the AquaBLAST bag itself. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is to insert this piece of foam inside the bag. And the way you do this, and the easiest way to do this, is to first wet the foam. So you're just going to dunk it under water, get it wet, and inside the bag, you'll see there's a zipper area, and inside there's like a little mesh area that sits on the top of the bag, and this is where the foam piece goes. Now, it's a little tight to get it in there, so you have to kind of work on it a little bit. That's why you want to get it wet, put it under the sink maybe, or bring it to the pool, and then you'll slide this in, sort of like a locking washer. Just take one end, slip it into the bag, and then just kind of force it in there. It's not going to break the bag. And you see, it fits right in there. Now what you'll want to do is just sort of get it seated up near the top. It's going to take it all the way around. There. And now the ring is actually sitting right here at the top. There's a mesh area, and this is the air valve for the bag here. Okay? So that's all you have to do to set the bag up when you first get it. Now let me show you how to set up AquaBLAST. Okay? So the first thing that you want to do is you take the bag out, you put it in the swimming pool. And the first thing to do, if you want to set the bag up, very simple. What you'll do is open up the main zipper, submerge the bag underwater, and kind of pull it apart a little bit and allow the air bubbles that are trapped inside to come out. Okay? Next thing you do is I usually just take my thumbs and just sort of pull the zipper apart a little bit, submerge the bag underwater, and then drag it, long sweeping motion, back and forth, about 4 to 5 times the most. Okay? Then take the bag and lift it a few times to sort of top it off with water. And you'll see that the water should be coming right out of the zipper. Right there. Okay? The bag just floats. You don't have to do anything to it. It simply floats in the water. Okay? The next step is to zip it shut. Now, there's a couple of D-rings on each side, and that's so you can get a grip of the zipper because it is a little bit tight to actually pull it shut. So you're going to put a finger in one D-ring and then pull the zipper shut. And if you don't pull the zipper shut enough and just give the bag a squeeze, you'll see water's coming out. That means I just need to put a little more force into the zipper and to close it down tight. Okay, so just give it a little tug and a squeeze, and you'll see that there's no water coming out. It means the bag is ready to go. Okay, that's it. The bag is set up in 30 seconds. And literally, I'll just run through it one more time real quick. And this is really also how you empty the bag. Okay, so to set up the bag the first time, What you'll do is submerge the bag underwater, pull it apart, allow the air bubbles to escape. Next, you'll drag the bag through the water about 4 or 5 times. Lift the bag until water comes spilling out at the zipper. Grab one of the D-links and the zipper, pull it shut, and give it a squeeze. And the bag is ready to go. There's an air valve on the side to allow you to increase the buoyancy if you so choose, but it's not necessary. Okay? Now, if you're doing some kickboxing, what you'll want to do maybe is to take a little bit of water out and add some air in. So let me show you what that's all about. So let's say I want a little bit more buoyancy to the bag. So the easiest way to do this is to take some water out of the bag. I'm just going to open the zipper, squeeze a little bit of water out. And the key is to trap some air inside the bag so you don't have to pump it up very much. So I'm going to lift the bag up a little bit and zip it shut. This traps some extra air inside. Now, if you want a little bit more buoyancy, you're going to take the pump that comes with the bag and fill it up with additional air. But it's completely optional. So we're going to take the pump, and this little valve goes, it's a little brass tip, goes straight into the air valve, just like this, and then just give it a few pumps. That's it. Took me about 10 pumps. This thing is as tight as a drum. There's no need to do any additional pumping on it. Simply put the cap on and you're ready to go. Okay? The bag has a lot of buoyancy in it. Now, I can reduce the amount of weight of the bag now. So this bag, that is completely full, weighs about 42 pounds. It's about 20 liters of water, 44 pounds maybe. You can control the weight of the bag simply by taking water out and filling it up with air. So let me show you how that works. So let's say I want the bag at 20 pounds. All you have to do is remove some of the water. And as I hold this up, I can see that the water level is about right here. So that's about a third of the bag. So that probably only weighs about, 15 pounds or so. Now, the easiest way to work with this now is to allow the bag to retain its shape, is to zip it shut and trap air inside the bag. So all you have to do is zip it shut, and you can see now I've got a 15-pound weight, which I'm able to just do different types of squashing exercises. I can do all kinds of lifting and these types of exercises because it's a very low weight. If I want to increase the weight, it's a simple matter of just let the air out and replace the air with water. It's incredible, really. So you're just going to open up the zipper. Let's bring it back up to 44 pounds. So I'm just going to dunk it underwater a few times. We're going to fill it up with, and the water's right at the zipper level. That's 20 liters of water, or about 44 pounds. And just like that, I went from 20 pounds to 40 pounds. So the bag is very versatile. You can quickly set it up in any configuration option that you want. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other feature that comes with the bag, and that is the AquaBLAST harness. So the harness system allows you to kickbox with the bag anywhere. Now, we'll be coming out with the AquaBLAST suction tether later on this summer, probably in July. But until I do, this is the best way to do some kickboxing with the bag, to keep it tethered to your body so you can do continuous kickboxing, pushing, punching, kicking, lifting. You can do most of the exercises with the harness on. So the harness is two pieces. You've got a long tube, and you've got the harness itself. Now the harness just fits over your head, and there's a little clip on the front, right here, a little D-link. You simply place your arms through the harness. This little diamond thing will go over your back, just like that. Okay. The next step is to connect the D-link, or the carabiner that's on the tether, to one of the D-links that's on one of the clips that's on the bag, and then one to the harness. That's it. And you're ready to start kickboxing. So now I can take the bag, throw it, take a step back, the bag comes right back to me. Now you can see it's not quite buoyant enough. So this is where changing the water level out a little bit is going to help you. So I'm going to take a little bit more water out. For kickboxing, just remove a little bit of the water, replace some of that water with air. So just trap some air inside of the bag. And if you need to, just take the pump. And some people like the bag tighter. I kind of like it a little more flaccid, but I'm going to make it real tight. And you can see that it only takes a few minutes to, not even a few minutes, it only does 10 to 15 pumps. And the bag will be very tight. That's it. That's very tight. Okay. Put that back in. And now, if I punch it, it makes that cool thumping sound. That's the cool sound it makes. Okay? So if I push the bag, it's got a lot more buoyancy to it. Kick the bag, just like that. It's a lot of fun. And it's non-stop kickboxing action. Okay? And you can punch. The tubing is hollow, so the tubing floats above the water, so it doesn't really get in your way. The key to using the bag and the tether is to understand that you're working in water. It's not like it's a punching bag on the land, so it has a lot different response when you push it. It's a lot slower to come back, so you have to kind of pull the cord. So one of the ways I usually do is if I want it faster, I might just pull the cord, give it a kick, pull the cord, kick it, pull the cord. Same thing with punching. Punch it, just pull the cord a few times, and that's just the way that is. Now, I made the cord intentionally long. So if you want to do a lot of rapid punching, what you might want to do is, if you want to, you could put some knots in this. You don't want to make them too tight, because if you make these knots too tight, they're going to be very difficult to get out. But by doing this, I've shortened the cord. So now if I want to do some punching, it's a lot easier. I can do rapid punching, just like that. A lot of fun. Okay? But this is probably too short for kicking. So you have to find that sweet spot, because when the bag is coming back for a kick, you don't want it in this position where it's at a diagonal. It's good when you're punching. You can time the punches so that you can rock the bag in one direction, so you can do a nice clean uppercut, or a nice strike, or a nice cross with the bag in the correct position. But the cord is probably too short to do an adequate amount of kicking with. Okay? So again, don't make this too tight, because you're going to have to get this thing undone. Now what I decided to do was make it long intentionally, And if you figure out what the sweet spot is for the tether cord, just put some knots in it. Uh, each knot shortens it by about an inch. And if you put 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 knots in it, you're going to be able to shorten it by 1 inch at a time. Essentially, if you put a knot in like this, that's going to shorten it by an inch. So you can just continually put knots in until you figure out what that sweet spot is for the configuration of it. Just like that. Okay, so that's pretty much a preview of the AquaBLAST bag, how the tether system works, so the AquaBLAST harness system, how to fill up the bag, how to use the variable weight of the bag, and gosh, there's so many different new things that you can do with this bag. What I want to do is, if you have some great ideas, send them my way. Go to my Instagram page, go to my Facebook page. Tell me how you're using the bag. It's going to be a lot of fun. So look for the AquaBLAST 20L Mini to be released around June 20th, and blast away.